Hey y'all. Good night. Good morning. It is just before 6 a.m. I've not even been to bed yet. My sleeping schedule is all off, and I'm sure not anybody's going to be here, but I did feel really, really compelled to make a video after I came home. I was gone all today. So I missed everything. I came home to a lot of messages, voicemails, texts, all that kind of thing. Um, and I just haven't been able to sleep. So I wanted to come on here and just talk to you a little bit. First of all, I do want to apologize because I know last night, or maybe I guess it's about 2 nights ago, um, I wasn't acting right. I was stumbling around and um, if you remember, the same thing kind of happened when I was upset about Randy. And that's what I kind of get that way at night anyway because of the medicine I have to take, which is not a narcotic and it's not being drunk. I do not drink at all. If I were to drink on the medications that I take, it would be incredibly dangerous. So that's never really been my weakness anyway. So please don't ever mistake that for anything. And also, please do not ever mistake somebody who has neuropathy as severe as I do, which it doesn't even have to be as severe as I am. Anybody who has neuropathy is going to stumble. Um, my mother has it. It's not as severe as I am. Luckily, she doesn't have the pain, but she has the numbness all day long. We both run into walls, run into doorways. I fall a lot. And then, on top of it, I have the severity with the CMT that I get the sores on my feet, which causes me to obviously fall even more because there's soreness and weakness there. But just, I can completely understand why somebody would think those things. And I'm not judging them or trying to convince you of anything. I'm just saying if I were in your shoes, I'd probably think the same thing until I had what I have. And that's all I'm going to say. So if you'd like to ask questions or figure out what it might be, I've had lots of people. Miss the Irish Mom of Three that I think I've told you about before, but so cool how people are introduced to other people. Obviously, she's in Ireland, and when I happened to mention something about the CMT, which the only thing I knew about that was that it was a country music station, so I had nothing to know about the Charcot-Marie-Tooth syndrome, and it is hereditary, although the only person in my family that has it is a maternal cousin. So we don't really know where it came from. Although, like I said, my mother and my sister both have signs of neuropathy, but I'm the only one that seems to it have really affected. Um, but anyway, she wanted to come on to explain a couple things, particularly because she was very upset about somebody calling me Mercifoot and how silly that is, how derogatory and stupid it makes that person look, because she wanted to explain she is married to a man who has CMT and all three of her children have it. And I believe all three of her children are like under the age of 10. She has one girl, two boys, and I remember she sent one message that just struck me to the heart where people were arguing about the stupid crap that you know who does. And she said, you know what real life is? Real life is me trying to get my kids out of the bed to go to school in the morning, and their bodies are so stiff that they can't even get out of the bed to eat breakfast, and me stretching them out. That's what CMT is. So, you all, please don't judge me. If I might act a little strange, it's going to be at nighttime, and it's going to be usually a day that I'm gone a lot and haven't eaten. The big piece of it is if I don't eat, and um, even though I've gained weight, I eat very little. I usually only eat like maybe one meal a day and maybe one snack. Um, so I apologize for that. And then when I get upset, when I was upset with what happened with Randy and people dragging her because she was protecting me, made me feel horrible. I don't care what you have to say about me. I can handle it. But when you talk about friends, and especially when you're talking about them because they've done something to protect me and now they're being harassed, it's not something I can tolerate. It's very upsetting to me. And indirectly, the same thing happened with B. Now, she has asked me not to say a lot because she does have an active court case going on. And, B, I'm not saying that she's wealthy, but she has the means and the time and the wherewithal. She already has a relationship with her lawyer. She said that before. That lawyer is the same person that defended her 15 years ago when she had her narcotic case when she was guilty. And this time, of course, she's not guilty at all. And this is a patron of her and her husband. So just like Ricky and other people, their lawyers have told them not to speak on it, and it's going to be handled. And like I said with Trisha, one of the only things that is going to stop her is legal action. And it sounds like that might happen. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I want to pull the chat up on my phone. I doubt there's anybody there, which is fine. It's 6 a.m. I hope y'all are going to have a great morning. I know I look like hell because I haven't even been to bed. Oh, let me tell you quickly where I've been. Um, it's really neat, and these are the things that I fantasized about when I was in prison. So I don't know if you can even imagine the mindset of a prisoner, and all you really do, well, at least this is what I did, is I tried to work on myself and better myself, and you got to understand I was in severe pain. It would be because neuropathy, CMT never goes away. It's not like something that heals over time. It gets worse over time. And they were giving me next to nothing for pain or for, not even pain, but just maintenance of CMT. Um, Although that did get better, it didn't get better, but I'll tell you a story later about that. That was really cool. Um, so, you can imagine that they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn if you're dying, if you cut yourself open. I had mentioned earlier about fights and, me not ever getting in a fight, and who did get in a fight and what that maintained of. Well, 99% of the guards there, if they saw a fight, they watched like it was entertainment. They sat back and laughed their asses off until it got bloody, like somebody's eye was hanging out. That's the only time they intervened. The people that are hired for these jobs, they're not all bad, but it's not a great pay, and they're usually going into it because they have some sort of superiority complex. Now, there were some that were really great and actually were in it. They were going to higher education for criminal justice and really wanted to know how to help the criminal justice system. So it wasn't everybody, but I'm telling you, if you got in a fight there, it wasn't like the guards were going to come save you. And the girls were way worse than the guys were. I mean, they were brutal. There was a girl that I was with, and we were just on reception, which means to say that everybody who comes on there to begin with, you go through phases. Just they model after a military system. So you march, you wear colors, there's rank, there's everything like that. So we were on what's called reception, and this girl, she was just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Um, and no, they don't place them in a different facility. I mean, it takes a good while for somebody to be diagnosed as schizophrenic or harmful to their public, because this girl was clearly out to lunch, but she was still with us, with the general public. And I don't even know why she had this beef with this other girl. I don't even know why. She was a very sweet girl. This was kind of like her first time. I really don't even know why. But this is one thing that I witnessed. And like I said, this was on reception. This is before we went down the hill and got our colors, which was based on our crime. So you got different colors based on whether you were able to move to a lower facility or, you know, anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, you might think what can somebody do except for like strangle you with their bare hands? Well, there are things you can do, particularly in prison. You have curling irons, you have irons, um, you have, I can't remember what cutlery we used, but we might have even had knives. I don't think we had knives. But obviously, people can fashion anything out of anything. And this girl took, it's called a lock and a sock. And I know anybody who has been locked up will be able to identify with that term. She put one of those combination locks in a sock and beat the bloody fuck out of this girl. And like I said, I have no idea what their beef was even about. I think it was over nothing. I don't even think she had a beef with her. She was just crazy, and she wanted to go to the psych ward and wanted to be put in solitary. So she beat the fuck out of this girl to the point that she lost her eye and had to have her face completely reconstructed. She was there when I was there, and she was still in the medical facility when I left 18 months later. So I don't even know what happened to her. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not even sure why I'm talking about that. Oh gosh, I'll probably delete this video, but okay. This is what I want to say. So amidst all that darkness, I had a lot of greatness. I told you before that there were I sort of, people call it a bad camp, but I always called it like a mini college, a really, 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 really bad college. Because if you used it to your benefit, okay, so everybody talks about rehabilitation, how you really rehabilitate a prisoner. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it is. It doesn't matter if you were in there for murder, rape, um, drugs, what I was in there for, which was prescription fraud. Does not matter what you're in there for. They make things available for you. And there's very, 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 except for the drug program, there's very little placing you in it. You have to sign up for it. You have to show initiative. There was an amazing library. There were yoga classes, tons of Bible studies. There was things that if you wanted to be involved with them, you could. So you could keep your day kind of busy and normal. I took every class I could, between woodworking, cleaning, it doesn't matter. I took every class I could possibly take. And, if you're there for a long period of time, you can even get certifications in not dental hygiene, but dental assisting, different things. But they're not going to make you. It's just like life itself. If you want to rehabilitate yourself, you will. And even I already had 2 degrees, but I still wanted to try to better myself as much as I could. And I got involved with every Bible study, and one of them being the Catholic ministries, which I am Catholic. I grew up Catholic. Um, and I do like the Catholic faith, but it's not my complete self. I like other faiths also and have found comfort in them, but there is always something that's brought me back to my Catholic faith. So I always went to the Catholic services. And there was a nun there named Mary Margaret, and she was so neat. She was so feisty. And when you are a prisoner and everybody's wearing the same uniform and you're scheduled, I mean, you can't even imagine the mindset that you have to have. And when you have somebody from the outside come in, no matter who they are, and they're dressed in regular clothes, and they kind of bring you a little glimpse into regular life, it is like um, water to a person in the desert. You know, it's like for me at least, and the people I surrounded myself with, we all did these things together, by the way. And we would read books and talk about them. Like we tried to make ourselves as scholarly as possible because we were surrounded by so much yuck. And if anybody has been to prison, you know what I'm talking about. It was just the worst of some humanity that you're eating and sleeping next to. So you want to surround yourself by good people. I mean, I have exercise program. Um, anyway, I'm digressing. We can talk about that at a different time. But there was this nun named Mary Margaret, like I said, and she was inspiration to me. She made me feel like a real person. She treated me like a real person, like the person I was on the outside. And I've always thought about her. Now, this has been 3 years ago, but I've always thought about her. And I told my family about her and told my mom about her, of course. And somehow my mom tracked her down. And she was actually leading a class yesterday called Authenticity in Our Society, which is exactly precisely the type of thing she would do. She wore regular clothes, which she told a story about that, which I'll tell you sometime, which was amazing. Just made me love her anymore, even more. Um, Very briefly, she said she's been a nun for over 30 years. So she started out with a full habit, and then she went to the skirt that went down, to her calves, and then she was able to wear regular clothes but with a veil. And very briefly, I'll just tell you, she got special treatment when she wore that. And she went back as a regular person and didn't receive that. So she said, I'll never, ever again wear that veil because I want to have respect because I've earned it, not because you automatically assume it because of my veil. So, I mean, as you can already tell, she's an amazing human being. First of all, she's coming into the prisons, maximum security prison, with no fear. She's telling the COs what to do. There was always, what I couldn't stand was the noise. I could not stand the noise in prison. There was always somebody barking and yelling at you, or the intercom calling somebody or telling you what what time it was, who was eating, when to go to bed, when it was count time. It's a big thing to do, and anybody who's been in the situation knows what I'm talking about. They count everybody like 6 times a day. That's how they accord for every prisoner. And this was interrupting her Bible study. And she flat out told them to shut up. And I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, so she made a big impact on me. And I always wanted, I talked about her a lot to my family. And my mother had found that she was doing a class. So I went and tracked her down today or yesterday because now it's, 6:30 the next day. But that's where I've been all day is I tracked her down, and at first I didn't say anything. Of course, she didn't recognize me and just welcomed me as one of her people in the class. And she said, "This is not a class, this is a program." So we spent the next 2 hours in this class, and it wasn't until the very end that I introduced myself. Um, But it was a pretty amazing reunion, a pretty amazing reunion. And, I don't ever know if she knew the impact that she had on people. So I wanted to remind her exactly how much she meant to me and to other people. I thought about her. I only met her maybe 3 times while I was in that particular facility, but boy, she made a huge impact on me. And that has motivated me to want to reach out because you never know. You know, I told you I was a school teacher for second grade, and it's been about 10 years since my last class. So I've seen my kids grow up and go to college. Some of them are just now getting married and starting their own families. And, every now and then they'll comment about how much they remember second grade or that kind of thing. It's really a neat thing. So don't ever think that your volunteer work is in vain, because even if the person doesn't tell you then how much you mean to them, I promise you they're remembering. They're remembering how great you are. And that's what's motivating me. I can't work right now. And I can't be on a commitment schedule. Well, I might be. I don't know. I'm gonna try, but that's my problem. Is some days I wake up and I can't move, so I would hate to put myself down as a volunteer or a work person. That's what started happening to me at the end of my last job. Is there were some days I literally couldn't move, and I might get myself there, but I had to leave. So that's what I wanted to avoid. But there are places that will be able to take you at a moment's notice and be able to use you, because I have a lot of skills to be able to provide. So never think that your volunteerism is not remembered or rewarded, because just because they don't say it right then and there doesn't mean that they don't believe it, and that it doesn't affect their heart, and they don't really remember you. Because like I said, it was 3 years ago that I met Mary Margaret. And like I said, she wasn't looking for gratitude, but she made a huge difference in my life. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about was this craziness. I'll keep telling me I need to update this later, later. So let me pull this up. It's funny. I got a phone call from Jamie saying you need to go watch Bless the Smith. When I got home, it was like 2 a.m. So I pulled it up, but before I pulled it up, I saw Mama Bear talking about this situation with Trisha, and that I watched a little bit of that, and apparently she threw herself on a car, and Mama Bear was like, I was there. I don't care what Pam has to say. I was there. And I was like, oh my Lord. And then I see Rebecca talking about it. This was even before I actually saw the video. So, hey Jamie, I just got your message, honey. I'm live if you want to come on. Or I'm talking to you like you're, I might text her and tell her. That sweet angel. Um, Y'all, just also, I put my cookbooks all up finally. I could not find a bookcase to save my life. I lost one of my bookcases in the transition of all the craziness I've been through. So I just put these little, I don't know if you call them crates that I got at Walmart. They're $1.50 right now, which they're really nice crates, and there's really pretty pink. But I'll show you. There's this one, and then there's one over there too. You can't see it, but anyway, I love to cook. Let me tell Jamie that I'm here. So what is this craziness that's going on? Oh, I have a crowd in here? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't think I would have anybody here, so I haven't even been looking. Okay, let me pull that up real quick. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't believe anybody's here. Y'all are so cute. Okay, and I'm dark as can be. Can y'all see me? Oh my gosh. Maybe I should turn this light on. Hold on just a minute. Let me turn this light on ahead of me. I got my fan and my lamp. And, you know, this is another thing. You know, my medication makes me so hot. Okay. Let me turn this down and let me turn this light on, y'all. This is off. Why is that off? Okay. So weird. I must have other links up. That one's off. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I don't know why that's the volume's up. Hold on just a minute. Goodness, y'all. I'm so sorry. But there's definitely 28 viewers. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Y'all, I know you can hear me, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. But there's definitely 28 viewers. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I know you can hear me. Go away. I don't know how to do it. Y'all have done something to my computer. That's why I keep messing this up. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I know it's still feeding back. Gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Okay, I thought I got it all, but I still hear something. Now, why is it still doing that? Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. Gosh, y'all. Okay, can you see? There's the echo. Can you all hear me? Oops, sorry. Can you all hear me? And is there an echo? Tell me that. Okay. Oh, I might have fixed it. Let me know if you can hear me and that there's echo. Okay, hi y'all. Hey Jamie. Hey you sweet thing. Hey Donna. Hey Nisha. Okay, I think I fixed it. Why is this so hard every time? I know some people say there's like a button you can push and it just goes live. You know, to wait on all this. Hey Donna. Hey Stephanie. Hey Randy. Hey you sweet things. Okay, Marla, Stephanie's trying to help you. Am I okay now? Just let me know if I'm okay. Jojo, hey sweetheart. Let me see if I missed anybody. Yeah, I can't believe you are up, you sweet thing. Why no Donna? Donna's in Germany. Hey, Irish Mom of Three. That's who I was talking about earlier when she was saying, this is ridiculous, us talking about this other nonsense when I'm trying to get my kids out of bed and stretch their legs so they can go to school with their CMC. So I know you all are on the other side of the world, so I'm probably on at exactly the right time for you. Hey, Rose Rose. Hey, Candace. Hey, Janice. Okay. So let me know. Am I okay? 8:30 p.m. here. It's fine. Okay, good. Okay. So let's talk about this nonsense with, um, yeah, TGIF. Hey, Chevy 99. Exactly, Donna. Mama Bear did speak her truth. Oh, so see, I didn't just hear that. I heard that she said she was going to talk to Pam, but she actually did. So we got Trisha, good God Almighty, up in her, fake vacation, which she was only in Myrtle Beach, which was 2 hours away. Yes, Jamie. And, boy, um, didn't she get her? Yeah, CMT isn't something to make fun of. Damn TT. Yeah. And I run into things all the time. It hasn't, there's no alcohol in my system. I can't be taking it with the medications I take unless I get tested for it for particular medications that I take. So, whatever. But bless this mess. Boy, she got her good, didn't she? And I just love what she had to say. She wasn't coming in being combative. She just said, I want you to realize that the shit you're talking is about real people. And one of these days, they're going to meet you face to face. And I'm telling you what, she's not the first person that is thinking that because you got to understand the shit that she said about me, she's not only affecting me, she's affecting all the people who have supported me, who have loved me, who have spent money on me, time for me, bailed me out, all the things that they've done. So when they hear about, particularly when she calls my job and my former, he still is my doctor, do you not think that there are people that are pretty pissed about that and wouldn't mind running your ass into the ground? So you got lucky today, Miss Trisha. You got very lucky that she didn't beat the fuck out of you because, bless this mess, she's got a history of assault. And that would be the only thing that would stop me is because of my history. Like Savage says, I'll get charged. I've never had one. And no, I'm not threatening her. No, I'm not threatening abuse because I had her friend, do y'all remember Christine the Carolinas? She made a comment on my last video. I can't remember what the name of the video was, but you can see the last video. She said, I don't love everything Trisha does, but how dare you make physical threats to her? Okay. That, first of all, that isn't really what happened. Savage might have been joking around about that, but I'm asking you, how in God's earth, please tell me how it is that you think we should deal with her. We've tried everything, you know, rational talk, forgiveness, suggestions, talking to her family members, reaching through her, whatever it might be. Nothing works with her. She is psychotic. She threw herself on top of a vehicle, screaming, "Call the police. She's hit me." She was literally saying it was a hit and run. And you saw her fat ass jump on top of that car. Are you freaking kidding me? Rennie says, honestly, in Australia, we would hit the gas. That's unacceptable here, jumping on somebody's car. Rennie, it's unacceptable here too. And the fact that Bless This Mess had as much composure as she did, she had every right to run that bitch over, but she didn't. Hey, Debbie. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Misha. Misha says, yeah, Donna, she deleted both. I didn't get to watch them for the part that she said she didn't go to the hospital and no bruises. No, I didn't see anything from the only thing, because I got home, like I said, like 2 o'clock in the morning. So the only thing that was up was the video from Bless, and then I saw Trisha taking off her makeup. And y'all, just because she's being petty, I'm just gonna say that bitch looks like hell. Like I said, we are the same age. And by God, I have not had a little pristine, easy life. She looks like she's got like troughs under her eyes and divots in her head. And I mean, just right here, it looks like somebody caved her in. I don't understand. I guess it's true that when you're a hateful, evil person, it shows on your face. Yeah, she looked worked. She looked worked. And yeah, like I said, maybe y'all don't have a picture of what a 39-and-a-half-year-old looks like who's lived life and not had some sort of pampered existence, but here it is. And I'm not saying I'm beautiful, gorgeous, don't have wrinkles either, but what in the fuck is this bitch doing? She looks like she is 20 years older than I am. Hey, Jamie, she said the first one was badass acting. The second one was her being mopey because someone sent her a Twitter DM scolding her for being a drama again. Oh, was that the video that got deleted? Hey, Donna, you sweet thing, how are you feeling? Stephanie says Pam was going on saying to pray because she could be paralyzed. Oh, God. Pam, don't, Stephanie, please tell me you're kidding. Please tell me you're kidding. And that would be the same Pam that said that I should be arrested for attempted murder for sending her the pizza, right? Even though I don't give a damn, I wouldn't send that woman ice cube, let alone if she was on fire, I wouldn't send her water. Why in God's holy earth? She said to pray because she could be paralyzed. What in God's fucking earth is wrong with Pam? And like I said last night, okay, so let's speak some truth right now. Okay, so here's the truth from people who can't say it for themselves. I can say it because I don't give a damn what you do. Take me to court, please. Then you can pay for my court costs. But here's what I'm going to say. B is completely innocent. She did not send anybody Suboxone. Nobody would send anybody else Suboxone unless they deeply knew them and, it was nobody does that. That's what I'm saying. Nobody does that. Okay, and then for her to say that she set it on fire afterwards to bring evidence, come on, y'all. I mean, you all know that is absolutely ridiculous. So the fact that Pam is defending that makes her look like a total freaking jackass. The same thing that she did with Takedown Man, where she said that Takedown Man took her credit card information and bought, I don't know what it was, but it was like 2 items that cumulatively added up to less than $5. Um, and you look like a jackass. You're making a fool of yourself. And if you have this so-called evidence proving your point, you have this tape of B, and you also had this. I can't remember what she said. She had the police documentation for Takedown Man, and when somebody asked her, "Okay, would you show it?" and she said, "How dare you ask me that?" She's a fucking liar. She's a fucking ugly ass, stupid, toothless, inbred liar. Lying about my friend B, who I adore, and you're mad because people do hold her on a pedestal, and nobody gives a fucking shit about you and your ugly ass brother. They might tune in just to see what the freak show is, just like they do with Trisha, but nobody gives a damn about you. There might be a few, and your little junkie friend Rainbow is one of them, and she's using you and making you look like a fool. Rainbow is in full-blown addiction mode. And if you think that I'm throwing her under the bus or being mean, no, I am not. It took a lot of people calling me out and saying, you are going to die if you don't stop. And I appreciated them for that. So, no. Rainbow is using the money that people are sending her, whether it be Shoot the Shit Pam or whether it be B or whoever else, she's using that money, and guess what she's doing? It's the same game all of us have played. Oh, my power's going to be turned off. Oh, I need to go to the doctor. All the things that people, us addicts, you can't lie to an addict. They've done it. They've been there. They know every freaking lie you're telling. So you're not fooling everybody. You're not fooling B. So there's that. Here's what I wanted to say about Trisha, our little throw herself on the car Trisha. Candace says, I tried to comment TT and found out and I got blocked. Of course, she is a dictatorship. She is not going to allow it doesn't even have to be a blatant, like slam. Just anything that questions her integrity, her truth, anything, she's going to knock you out. Now, you know that I won't do that. I don't care. Mystic Pizza's been in here and other people, unless my mods throw them out, aren't even aware of it. Plus, I've gotten a couple comments from videos, and I entertain them. Like I just said tonight, I got a message when I got home. I'm not sure when it came in, but from Christy in the Carolinas, who was saying how wrong it was that we were threatening physical harm on Trisha. Number one, we were not. It was Savage just talking up her game. And honestly, I told her, well, what would you have us do? Considering everything she's done to us, you want us to just sit quietly and no normal means of conversation or techniques that work? So please, if you have a better idea, let us know. And like Savage has always said, she doesn't ever go after anybody unless she's been attacked herself. So Donna said, TT challenged Marlon Savage, which doesn't understand how ill Marla is. Marla would kick her ass, but Marla would be hurting because she is not at all well. Yeah, I'm not well, but I don't really want to talk about that. You're exactly right, Donna. Candace said, I only made a comment on her videos after they post. Usually I think I got blocked for being in other streams. Oh, Nisha Worley said, I've been blocked from TT in the porch for about 2 months. Yeah, we're all blocked. Which just shows the integrity of people like Randy and everybody else who says, you're not blocked, you can come in here as long as you speak, you're not making racist remarks or being horribly hateful, you can come in here. Oh no. Can you imagine Trisha saying that? Can you imagine Trisha saying, as long as you don't say racist things, then you can come in here. I don't mind if you question me, or Can you imagine her having that much integrity? She has zero. She has zero. She's disgusting. Hey, Jillian, you sweet thing. Jillian, I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to come on when you're awake. Y'all haven't even been to sleep. Misha says, how can Titi move like she does, jumping on hotel bells, bears, beds, and a car, happy fiber? Well, that's why I'm kind of glad that some people saw last night because I don't have fibro. I have neuropathy and CMT, and I can't do that. And when I say how envious I am that she could run on the beach, it's not because I want to be her or have her life. Dear God, I would pay with my soul not to have her life. I'm just saying you're making a fool out of everybody who says that they have fibro or all the things that you say you have. Because I haven't seen, not that I've watched every minute of you, but I haven't seen a tiny bit of you. If you were to see me, if I sit down for 15 minutes and try to get up, you will see the pain I have. If you see me getting in and out of a bathtub, like she tried to show herself, you would see the pain I'm in. If you were to see me getting on and off a toilet, you would see the pain I'm in. So on behalf of everybody, hey, Tracy, on behalf of everybody who's suffering and doesn't even have the financial support that she does, you're making a fool out of all of us. Because when I say I would give anything to do that, it doesn't mean I would give anything to be you. Because I would rather be in severe, severe pain than to be you for 5 minutes. Because you are a disgusting, heartless, soulless, from head to toe, soul as black as coal. I don't want to have anything to do with you, and I would rather have the severe pain I do than to be the fake, ugly bitch that you are. The only reason anybody is pointing that out is because you were on disability for chronic pains, one of your issues. But yet you jump up in the morning, you jump in and out of the tub, you use the bathroom with no problems, you jump in and out of your car, you walk Lily, you run on the beach, you do all these things that, us true sufferers look at you and think, okay, okay. That's all we're saying. Trust me, it's not a jealousy issue because I guarantee you all of us would rather be ourselves than to be in the cage that you are. This lying, pretend, fake life that you have, where you throw yourself on people's vehicles. Oh my God, oh my God. Did you think that? Mm, it was disgusting. And y'all tell me if I've missed anything, but that's what I saw was Jamie told me to watch Bless This Mess, so I did. And I'm so worried the video got taken down. And, if somebody hasn't recorded it, let me know because I'll record it. Hey, Cash. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Sarah's. Sarah's. I know, poor car is right. You're exactly right, Tracy. Hey, Rose Rose. Yeah, I don't even know what her mental illness is. I mean, if you consider being a sociopath a mental illness, well, that's what she has. That's what she has. She has the propensity to be a evil, conniving, mentally ill people do not actively cause harm on other people. This is what I said before. They harm themselves. They, or have agoraphobia or depression or anxiety that causes them to maybe inconvenience other people who have plans for them or something like that. They do not actively seek out others to ruin their lives. That is a sociopath. And my friend down in Myrtle Beach right now, well, maybe I heard that she went back already to Sean from her little vacation. Anybody, first of all, oh my God, let's just start at the beginning. Somebody that goes, okay, a little staycay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a sweet idea. But you can see the sheer joy that she's getting from the little pitiful existence that she has. And when your husband's been gone for 2 weeks and he comes home and says, please leave, and you don't even want to spend time with him, that's not a marriage. That's something that's wrong. You either go together or you spend some time together and then she can go. Don't tell me if my husband were to come home even after being gone for 3 days, I would plan something special and at least have the weekend with him. But he shipped her ass out immediately, didn't he? And everybody says it's because, um, oh, sorry, y'all. I meant to turn that light on. Hold on just a moment. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But everybody said it's because she, he wanted to play his game. He wanted to play his game, so he didn't want her around hogging up the Wi-Fi. No, I don't blame him. Hey, little Miss STFU. Oh yeah, yelling, calling 911, call 911, call 911, call 911 for what? She is okay. That's what I mean. And if more people would do this, if more people would do this and catch her, interacting in her real life, you will see her psychotic nature. You will see her propensity for criminal activity, which is exactly what she did. Well, first of all, saying to call 911, but there is no emergency. How many times has she bitched and hollered about people wasting 911 resources? She has her foot on the vehicle yelling for people to call 911. For what? Who's a danger? Who's in harm? Are you calling 911 for Bless His Mess? Because she's the only one in harm or in danger's way right now. So, and she did it again when she was standing in front of her vehicle saying, somebody call 911. And she's, like I've said many, many times, the things that she accuses others of is exactly the things she's doing herself. So when she says other people are wasting the resources of 911, and there probably were a handful of people that did call 911. Who knows? I don't know. Probably, if I were to hear somebody screaming, call 911, I would do it. Yes, she chased her down. Hey, Joe Blow. Yeah, Cassius, I can understand why Sean can't physically leave. Hey, bless this mess. Hey, Angel. We're talking about you. You are a freaking superhero. You are a superhero. I was shaking for you, honey. When you were in the car and you saw her and you weren't sure, girl, I was shaking. My heart was beating. She causes a scene wherever she goes. You saw her in the mall when she had that supposed incident with the security guard, who everybody pointed out was a minority himself, and she's claiming that they're trying to be racist against this arcade owner, and he is this little Hispanic guy himself. She is a freaking tornado wherever she goes. almighty, I'm sure her daughter is just mortified. Jillian says, Wes, is your car okay? Exactly. She's called the law a lot. Um, there's no damage to your car. Well, that freaking fat ass, I can't believe she didn't cause damage to your car. She jumped on top of your car. I thought for sure that thing would be dented. Okay, you're taking your kids to school. Well, you don't even know. We appreciate you so much. It's got me thinking, like, if she were to ever come to Raleigh, God almighty. But you're right. If you just have normal, common interaction with her, you're going to catch her being a fool. This is why every employer hasn't fired her, why, she's never, both her baby daddies don't want anything to do with her. I'm sorry, y'all. That's probably not kind, but okay, bless this miss says she fucked up when she threw ice cream on it and then went and flipped the cam around on her. Oh, I didn't see that. She threw ice cream on your car? Oh, so her car is damaged. Absolutely. I know, Irish. I know exactly what you mean. Too much to say at one time. Chevy 99 says she was all giddy when her room was telling her she was going to go viral, saying, I'm just a nobody, so they say. Oh my God, what? How about when she walked into the hotel and whoever greeted her, she said, Oh, hi, I'm a YouTube personality. No, you're not. You're a YouTube freaking hated junkie. God, you earn a living off of YouTube with your 300 subscribers, and half of them hate you? What the fuck? Who does that? Who goes in a hotel room and says, I'm a YouTube personality? Even somebody with 4 million subscribers wouldn't say that. She is disgusting. Hey, Joe. Donna says, Jillian, are you my missing twin? Oh, I would love to be Jillian's twin. She's so awesome. Wes says she'll be taking the trip to booking. She will carry the charged convict. Okay, good. Okay. Bless says, I've never pressed charges until yesterday. Good for you. If you need any of us to testify or to, you know, and honey, I'm not far away. So if you need me to, I will be there for you. I knew it wouldn't be long before. I never imagined this was going to be the way it went down, but I knew it wasn't going to be long before something like this happened. Yeah, Pink Diamond, she's eager for that fame. She's going to get it. Y'all, do you understand? I mean, Bless knows this, and I hope none of y'all do. Um, Donna, Stephanie knows this. If she goes into jail acting the way she does on the outside, acting like, she's better than other people or she has more issues than other people, and she doesn't know how to get along. She doesn't know how to get along, and they're not going to give her medications. Trust me, they are not. It's going to take a minimum of probably like 2 weeks before she gets her medications. She is going to be flipping the fuck out, and somebody is going to mash those fake teeth into the ground. I saw way more fights in jail than I did prison. And I saw people's teeth flying across the room, hair being pulled out. She doesn't have the social IQ to be able to get along in jail. So they will, STFU, they will, for a little while until she gets evaluated. They don't, when you book somebody and you strip them and dress them out, they don't get, they see the nurse for 5 minutes to get blood pressure and weight, but they don't do a psychological evaluation. So they'll put her with the regular population until she gets evaluated, which will probably take about 3 days. Donna says, "What this mess was first to help me on May 26th. She didn't even know me. I know, she's awesome. Well, you can tell she's real people. She's good people." Stephanie, I'm right. I know you kind of went right to prison before you went to jail. Nikki, are you up, honey? I haven't even been to sleep. Sarah says, if she goes to prison, it would be sad if the other prisoners found out that she was a child abuser. Doesn't end well. Nope, nope. We know those people. We knew those people. And they're right mixed in with the regular people. It's not like they get some sort of special unit or something. Well, Nikki, I'm glad you got up to pee. How are you, honey? And Nikki, I apologize at the beginning of the video saying the reason I was acting out like I was, but oh, Jamie, I'm glad you did that. Yeah, everybody sub to Donna. Donna's the person that Trisha played, well, Trisha intercepted her Twitter, and she's the one whose child was murdered a year ago, and Trisha exploited that, and she's the one who called her, trying to reason with her as a normal human being on Memorial Day, and it was one of the things that preceded her little meltdown. So, yes, please go to Donna Marie. Stephanie says, I really hate it when those idiots say they're proud they were criminals. No, we are proud we scraped our way from the bottom to what we are now. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot, but I felt like I was living in a Hallmark card before my pain started when I turned 30. But before that, I mean, I felt like I was living in a Hallmark card. I had a wonderful, perfect life, and I've lost everything because of my actions. So I don't need anybody else to punish me as much as number one, I've punished myself for disappointing my family, and number two, the things that have been stripped from me. I mean, just the things you don't even think about, like starting the bank account over, and anyway, blah blah blah. Nikki said, "Did y'all watch Takedown Man? Take on it." And I'm fine. I haven't even read your text. I looked down and it said you were live, so I was like, hang on, I'll go back to sleep. No, what did Takedown Man? Was he on a stream tonight? Hey, Baja Rosie. Okay, good. Yeah, Donna Marie McGreary. McGeary, excuse me. Yeah, Stephanie has her own channel. Yeah, and like I said, I can't remember who said that. Shoot the shit said that. God, what is wrong with them? They have just really gone off the deep end with what they're accusing me of, and oh, he wants to do a class action suit against STS and TT. Well, I know for a fact that there are people who are doing um, criminal suits against both of them, and there's somebody who was trying to bring together a what you said, like a class action suit against TT. Um, and that's still in the works. So I had made a comment that if anybody, if she has done something criminal to them, um, to contact me, and that's still up there. So please, DM me on Twitter or on Facebook, and if you don't know what that is, then let me know and I'll let you know. Sandy Lee says Trisha should charge her boobs with attempted murder. She could hardly run with those rose salt. Did you see her shelf run up and down the car dying? No, I didn't see that, but that was, I'm sure, that's disgusting. Yeah. Okay. Y'all want to tell you something that I've kind of been holding on to for a while, but I feel like this is a particularly good time to share it. So, I told you that I was going to tell a story later when I felt like it was appropriate. You heard me say in one stream before, I hope I'm not shaking too bad. Sorry. Turn this off. Okay, you heard me say that she had wrongly accused Sean of physically abusing her and had called the police when he was actually having just a mental breakdown, and they put him in jail, and then they had moved him to the prison because in the little town that he was in, they weren't holding the prisoners for the weekend, which they occasionally do. I've heard that like once or twice before, and that he had gotten beat up, and that his dad had come up from, I guess they were in Georgia to Rhode Island. I'm not exactly sure where they're living, but I assume it was Georgia. And said that he would bond him out if he agreed to divorce Trisha. And of course, Sean agreed, but then got out and, you know, for whatever reason, got back together with her. Okay, well, that wasn't the first time that she's done something like that. When um, Sean and his ex wife were parting ways, and they had a home, and you've heard Trisha talk about this before, that the ex-wife moved out and that she jumped right in, and his ex-wife said that she was picking out which furnace she wanted to stay and to go within day one. She basically moved into that house. So the ex-wife left. They were living in the house that they've always, that they grew up in, and she had they had three children together. Well, at one point in time, I'm not sure what the time frame was, but fairly soon after that, um, the three girls were being watched by their dad, and while the mother ran some errands or something. And instead of Sean watching the girls, Trisha was watching the girls. So when Sean's ex-wife went to go pick up the children at her previous home, Um, she was a little irritated that Trisha was the one taking care of the kids, and apparently, Trisha wouldn't let her in the house to get her kids. Um, so, there were words passed, and she was, you know, basically, you can imagine what the ex-wife was saying. And I guess she left in order to try to call Sean or something like that to get her kids out from under her, in her old house while Trisha was watching them. And the next thing she knew, the police were coming to arrest her. And Trisha had said that the ex-wife hit her. The same lie that she told about Sean hitting her when Sean was having a breakdown. And so the police, no matter what it is, basically, if there's nobody to corroborate or to deny what was happening, they took the ex-wife away to jail. And they put her in jail, I don't know, overnight or whatever. Either somebody bonded her out or she got out, and they ended up going to court. And that's the court case I told you that they threw Trisha out of the courtroom. The judge did, because he said there was no evidence. And when you get evidence, come back to my courtroom. Otherwise, get out. And literally threw her out of the courtroom. Well, come to find out, this is the part that I haven't told you. The reason why she was able to get arrested with no evidence is because Trisha went into the house and asked her son, who at the time was probably 10, maybe younger, to hit her in the face. She asked her child to hit her so that it left a mark on her face so that she was able to have physical evidence to show the police. And that's why they were able to arrest his ex wife. Now, like I said, it all got dropped. And once again, why nobody has prosecuted Trisha for these false claims, which she had against her, which she had against her mother, which she had against 12 other people in the court system. And once again, me too, which I'm still pursuing that. But that's what happened. And she confessed that to Sean. That's the only reason how this information has come to me is that she told Sean because, his ex-wife said, in a million years, I would never hit anybody. And he said, yeah, yeah, I've known you they were married for 18 years. So he said, yeah, I agree with you. And I guess maybe he confronted Trisha and she confessed that she had her child hit her in the face. So I'm going on record as saying that I was keeping the information um, because that's very damning information. And that's something you wonder why child services have been called on you since the day you had a child, pretty much. I mean, the VA called child services on you. By the way, I have never called services on you. I've never called CPS on you. And you said that I've called them 10 or 12 times. No, ma'am. Nope. Wrong person. Wrong person. You lied again on me. And do you think that I'm not going to add all this to my civil case against you? Which is quickly leading to a criminal case, by the way. And you already know that I have the backing of the law as far as a very, very high attorney to represent me. So you are disgusting. Trisha, you used your young child, to corroborate your false story of abuse for the second time. Now, these are just the stories people know about. Can you imagine how, usually if you're convicted of one crime, you're guilty of about 10, you know what I mean? Like when, I was shoplifting to support my habit. Okay, for the one time I got convicted, there were about 25 times I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Which is not something I'm proud of. I'm just saying that, that wasn't the first time she did that shit. What kind of mother, in order for herself to look better, asked her young, impressionable son to hit her in the face? Now, you tell me what kind of impact that has on a little boy who's now joined the military and who's begged his mother to please, please stop YouTube. He never knew his dad. He didn't have, well, how he might have known him, but he didn't know him as a father. So the only real caretaker he had was Trisha until Sean came along. And from all accounts, the only reason why he did grow up to be a successful young man is because of Sean. It's a really disgusting thing, isn't it? And anybody who doesn't believe this, ask Sean. Because he's the person that she confesses to. That's how this knowledge is done. I guess when he questioned her and said, I know that she would never hit somebody. How did you get this mark on your face? I'm just guessing how the conversation went. She confessed. And how do we have a man, who from all accounts was a hero in the war, did great things for other people, sacrificing his life, saving other people, being a amazing citizen. How does he come home and tolerate somebody like Trisha, who we know is a liar? We know is then if she's not lying, she's extremely exaggerating. It's either a lie or an extreme exaggeration. And we saw that today or yesterday at this point when she threw herself on Bless's Mess's car, screaming, "She hit me, call 911." Okay, so just roll the tape back. Can you imagine her saying, "She hit me, call 911" about his ex-wife? When indeed it was, why didn't you just hit your own self in the fucking face? Why did you have to involve your child? You sick bitch. And you think that you and Sean were the only people to know about that? Oh no, baby girl. Now the whole world knows what a sick witch you are. Hmm. I wish your children had been taken away years ago. They would have been done much better to have anybody except for you as a mother. You sicko. You have your child hit you in the face so that you can press false charges against somebody else, and that was never corroborated. The judge threw you out as well as the charges, just like he would have done had you had enough balls to show up when you were pressing charges against me. He did throw it out, and also the DA and the judge both said you were a cuckoo, and everybody in that town knows that you are a cuckoo, including our little sweet pizza lady who you tried to befriend on Facebook and who now knows that you are a cuckoo. What is wrong with you? You need to go into hiding. I mean, seriously, you need to put your freaking head in the sand. So that's the truth. That's the truth about what happened. And it came out at a perfect time because what she did to Lester Smith by throwing herself on top of the car and saying, "Call 911." Yeah, that's kind of her MO. That's what she does. That's what she does. It's sick. And not to even mention the things that she's done to me. If she doesn't like you, she's going to make up false charges against you. That's just the way. I mean, that's just the way it goes. So, Sarah says Sean is a bad example of the military. I thank them all for their services except for him. Well, I don't. I don't even know. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot of the, people like, I'm sorry, I'm shaking now. Trying to keep this steady. I've heard like Mandy, Mrs. ATX, has been a military wife her whole life, her a whole adult life, and she said that her husband said the same thing. I don't know enough about that to speak on it, but I do know that he is enabling her to act the way that she is. Sarah says, "Why go to war and protect your country? Nathan, come back and help someone destroy other people's lives." Exactly. I think it's more conceptual, as a man to protect your whole country. that makes more sense to you, but you don't know how to protect your own family, if that makes sense. Oh, Jillian. Jillian says, I love my beautiful babies. Donna, I'm so glad you're coming home, honey. I am so glad you're coming home. Is it November 1st you're coming? Yes. Hey, Seabreeze. STS does enable Trisha. Well, you know, I guess she said she's never had any backing before. And she has. She's had a few people here and she's always had a little crew. She had Amanda, bless her heart, who was so good to her, and that wasn't enough. But I think she thinks that Shoot the Shit has some sort of, she would be the first one making fun of Shoot the Shit if they weren't backing her. She would be the first one. But since they are, she thinks they have a little bit of notoriety because they have, what, 4,000 subscribers. But mm, they are not good people. So it makes sense to me that they're backing her. Bad backing bad. I tell you what, if Shoot the Shit started to um, say how great I am, which they never would, but let's just say they said, "Oh, stop picking on her, blah blah blah. She's a great person." I, I would be horrified, and I would say, "Don't you dare say a good word about me," because I wouldn't want their backing. They have such a horrific reputation. Same thing with Trisha. If Trisha were to say good things about me, I would say, I do not want your compliments. I don't give a damn. Do not compliment me. I am obviously doing something very wrong if I'm earning your trust and your respect and your compliments. So, if she thinks that she's protected by and is earning respect from those people, Misha, tell me your question, sweetheart. I see it. Um, I think that's nothing. And that's not the only two. There's lots of other people I feel that way about. Like I've said that before, if you have the respect of people that are not good people, that's not respect. And I want those people to speak badly about me. I would feel weird otherwise. If they're not talking badly about me, then I'm doing something wrong. Because these are people who are actively pursuing and aggressing other people. It's not like they're just I don't just not like them. You know what I mean? They're not There's channels that you just don't like because whatever, their content doesn't resonate with you, whatever. You're bored with what they talk about, whatever. I know I'm talking about you vehemently don't like what they're saying because they're going after people that you don't think are doing anything wrong. So, Shoot the Shit, lying about my friend B, for example, if they were to ever say something good about me, no, I'm obviously doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Misha, did I miss your question, honey? Hey, good morning, Melanie. Oh, thank you, Sammy. I haven't even slept yet. Yeah, I saw Donna. I want to see what Misha's question is. I'm listening to you, Misha. Okay. What's your opinion? This is what Misha says. What's your opinion on the story about Rick's past criminal charges? Do you think there's truth about it, about the closed file? um, yes, I do, Misha. I do. The reason why I think that is multifold. Number one, he never talks about it. He never denies it. It's been brought up in every single stream that they've had since that kind of came to the forefront, at least to my knowledge, which was like 2 months ago. Am I right? That's kind of when it came to the head. Now, it might have been around a lot longer than that, I don't know. But people in every stream that I've seen, which I don't watch much, believe me, I've probably seen cumulative in the past 3 months, maybe 10 minutes. So I could be wrong. But whenever anybody brings it up, he doesn't say a word. He does not say a word about it. Excuse me. He doesn't deny it. He doesn't say, "How dare you?" Which to me, somebody might call somebody a criminal or say, "Yeah, you've been arrested before." And okay, they might ignore that. But when somebody calls you a pedophile and says that you know, are whatever, a child rapist or whatever, I don't know. You kind It would be like me, if somebody says the shit they say about me, I might not address everything, but I'd be damned if I wouldn't address somebody saying that I was a pedophile, you know? So the fact that he hasn't ever explained anything or denied it is worrisome. And then the other thing is, and I'm sorry, but he looks creepy as fuck. He's not married, which, I'm not married either. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's living with his sister. He looks creepy as hell. He talks about sex all the time, so he's obviously horny, but he's, got this girlfriend, Bertha, who, any man that talks about getting a blowjob, then they're either not getting one or they're getting one once every 10 years for it to be a subject of conversation. So he's got some weird sexual issues, and he does talk about sex a lot. So, it's kind of like I said before, with their situation. If it looks like a creep, smells like a creep, talks like a creep, acts like a creep, it's probably a freaking creep. So that's what I think about that, Misha. Um, yeah, their relationship is creepy. They just are creepy. They have the huge creep factor. I don't understand why people are attracted to them. I think the only reason why people like them at first and why I even watched them for a few times, they weren't my thing, but that they were honest and real and that they didn't ever block anybody. You could say whatever you want to about their teeth and how ugly they were and being inbred, and they wouldn't block you. And they didn't bash anybody. It was just a matter of like, let's come and shoot the shit. And then they got a little taste of drama, and that's what they went for. And now they're blocking everybody. They've got mods and blah, 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 blah. And all they do is talk shit all day, all night. All they do is talk shit. And it's wrongful. It's against people who don't deserve it. And they defend freaking weirdos like Trisha, who threw themselves on vehicles saying that somebody hit them. Now, if you continue to defend them, okay, well, we got a child molester, pedophile defending somebody throwing themselves on a car calling hit and run. Okay, sounds about right. Y'all, hang on just a second. My computer's about to die, so I'm gonna go run and grab the charger. Okay, I'll just stand a little bit longer. Yeah, they target people, but they didn't used to be like that. Is watch their fish tank, but I can't stand watching or listening to Pam's screechy lies. I know her little witchy laugh. And she's always with her teeth missing. It's so gross. God. I guarantee you, probably the reason why her daughter's being made fun of at school is because of her, not because of the way her daughter seems very lovely. Okay, hang on just a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. I get up. Goodness. That wasn't very graceful. I put you set on top of these boxes that I pulled out to put my cookbooks in. Okay. But what are y'all doing this morning? What do y'all think about all this mess? What do you think is going to happen next? I hope, this is what I hope. I hope to God that Trisha gets criminally prosecuted. I know what Bless was saying because she said I would have taken that charge. But she's already got 2, assault charges. So I'm right with her. I understand completely what she's saying. Okay, let me see if I can find this plug. Golly, sorry about that, y'all. Oh my. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. You're so sweet. I didn't think there would be a soul awake this time of day. I just thought that was so cool. I got to see that nun today or yesterday. And she was just as neat as I remembered her. And if you only even knew how much joy and hope she brought me back when I didn't have a lot. So, yeah, Donna says, I'm glad that this happened. Especially because of the video. Mama Bear spoke on it. I'm grateful that exactly. Yeah. Mama Bear, like one of her biggest fans, was like, I was there live. And yet, I think she said she was like kind of speaking out against Pam. That's the part that I sort of missed because I didn't, like I said, I wasn't, it wasn't live that I was watching it. But she was like, I was there live, and I saw she gave a little breakdown. She was like, she put her foot on the car and she was saying call 911, and then she ran after her and she threw herself on the car. I mean, she gave the whole rundown. Um, which, that's why I sort of defend Mama Bear a little bit. I think Mama Bear, like I said before, unless she sees, she doesn't really know. And I think she makes the wrong assumptions about people until she sees it for herself. She defended Trisha for months and months and months, even when Trisha was going after Rebecca. And I saw Rebecca was defending her, not defending what was saying the same thing her mother was, that she had faked it and thrown herself on the car and blah, blah, blah. Hey, Jillian, you're the sweetest soul, honey. I love you so much. Yeah, I know Stephanie. She blocked Mama Bear. Yeah. But, even if she had blocked her, Mama Bear's the type of person that would have said, oh, no, I mean, Mama Bear doesn't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Stephanie, it's not like she would have been like, "Oh, she turned on me, so I'm gonna be against her." She just kind of tells it like she sees it, and sometimes she doesn't see it right. Believe me, I understand that, but she wouldn't care whether Trisha liked her or didn't like her. That's just the kind of space that she's in. Leslie Smith says, just so everyone knows, before I started stream, I had been to a couple motels for info booking for prom weekend. I had already been inside when I looked up and saw her. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't. Are you kidding me? You didn't do anything wrong. Jamie says, Bless, experience is exactly why I told Marla to have an alibi when Trisha was talking about going to Raleigh. I expect TT would do something to herself in the hotel and blame Marla. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I dare her to come here. Because, just like Bless did, these are my stomping grounds. And no matter where she was, I would know where it was because I know this area. Um, and I would have done the same thing Wes did. She didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing prosecutable about what she did, and for Trisha to go and put her God, did I'm sorry, y'all, just to be petty, did she not look horrible? Ugh, when you got a full body view of her? Yuck. But to put her foot on the her car like that? Okay, no. And if the tables were turned and somebody had done that to her, you know she'd be filing a report already for, um, destruction of property or something. Yeah, Jillian's right. This is totally her doings, not yours. You did nothing wrong. If she thinks it's wrong that you recorded her, how many times did she record pizza people? Or, like I said, the girl in the store who said she did not want to be recorded. I cannot remember her name. The lady in the pizza place who she said identified me as the voice when indeed she did not. She said she wasn't sure, all the voices sounded the same. What's the girl's name? I can't remember. But they all complained about her videoing them without permission. So if she's complaining at all, bless this mess that you were videoing her, then please bring up the fact that how and we will count them for you, how many people that she's videoed without any permission. Yeah, she was recording you too. Exactly, Joanne. Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah. I became friends with Crystal and talked to her for a while. Nothing about the pizza incident, just about her life. And she has a very accomplished life outside of the pizza place. That's just a little side job. But she is the mother of three. She owns a horse farm. She owns her own business. So this is just a side job. But she was saying she didn't want that sort of invasion of privacy, and neither did the guy who delivered the pizza. So Stephanie says, "Have you talked to her, Marla?" Yes, I've talked to her. Yes, I've talked to her. And like I said, she said, yes, Trisha did bring in, so I was wrong. I said, I don't think that ever happened, but Trisha did bring in the three videos or, I mean, phone calls or whatever she did. And what Crystal said was she couldn't identify it, that she said they sounded all the same and she wasn't sure. So, you know what little okay, the same thing that she does with everything, which is proof with her, the little bit of time that we've seen her, plus all the knowledge we have about other people. Um, she took that and said, oh, she affirmatively said that that was Marla's voice. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And if she did, why would the girl be talking to me extensively, about her personal life and show me pictures of her kids and that kind of thing? Crystal most certainly did not identify me as the person that called, which is exactly what I said earlier. How is somebody going to remember somebody's voice? It's just such a stupid, idiotic claim anyway. And I don't have time to do that, to be able to research the number to go, I mean, ever. I don't even care at this point. Irish Mom says, I still blame the person who rang TT and told Bless was outside. Oh, yeah. Who was that? I know they said I know who called, but no, I'm glad they did because we wouldn't have gotten that footage of her acting a fool and throwing herself on the car. I'm kind of glad they did. Hey, Sarah. Yeah, she's an instigator and antagonist. She's a weirdo. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Nope, not been skull drug today. I don't know. What did Melody say? Donna has been practicing being a Southern Belle. I happened to go and just look because I thought she said that her husband Sean had made some videos or something. So I just went over there to look, and he hadn't said a word. He does not give a damn. He does not give a damn. The only reason I think he makes a video is to kind of appease her, or if somebody's attacking him, he wants to defend himself. But he obviously clearly had a really nice time visiting his family, and what all her drama and drama was going on, he didn't give a damn. Thank you, Kosh. Is it Cash or Kosh? Cash 3. Melanie says, people like her, you need to stay far, far away from. It's scary, but karma will get her. Well, and I think that's what we're seeing. I wish it would have happened earlier because I guess it's only been about 9 months or so, but it feels like a lifetime to me. And you're right. Sometimes it does take a little while, but I think we're already seeing the effects of this. And I think Bless This Mess deserves a Medal of Honor because she put herself, out there. And like she said, she has kids and everything to worry about, but she's also gone through hell and back. Not only she dealt with addiction, but it's taken away the father of her children, and it's also taken away her husband indirectly. So she's an incredibly brave individual, and she needs justice too because Trish started dogging on her. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If anybody says that they are a recovering addict and they start bashing on other people in addiction, whether they're in recovery, relapsing, whatever it might be, and if they say something negative and not trying to be helpful, that person is not in recovery. Trisha is not in recovery. She would have never bashed me and said that I was high or drunk. She would have never said that about B. She would have never said that she was drunk or high. I can't remember all the other things that she said about people in recovery who are in genuine recovery and who talk about it, who talk about what it was like when they were an addict, what it was like to go through the withdrawals and the recovery period, and how they struggle now still. And to be honest about this whole process, because it is a process. It's not an operation where something gets taken out of you and thrown away and now you're good. She never talks about any of that. And on top of that, she criticizes people who are in recovery. Telltale sign of somebody who has not come to recover themselves. And I'm not smiling like that's a good thing. I think that's a sad thing. It's a very sad, dark, scary thing because she's not even close. When you don't even realize that you are an addict, you've got a long road ahead of you because that's just step one. That's step one, and anybody in recovery will tell you that. Um, most like heroin addicts, let's just say, they know they have a problem. They know they are not in control. They know that their addiction has taken over their life. They've already gotten to step one. She's not even there. So it's a sad thing. Yeah. Yeah, the Xanax and the Adderall. She says she's off the Adderall. Okay, well good for her. I'm not going to analyze her life and say what is and what is not. I'm just saying that there's not a soul on this earth who is in recovery and who would bash somebody else and say, oh, blah, 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 the things that she does say. And she's always accusing everybody, all of us who are in recovery, of being high or drunk. She's always doing that. You don't do that when you're in recovery. You don't. Because if you actually were to believe that about somebody, you would contact them personally and out of kindness and care say, um, how can I help you? That's what you would do. So that she's not in recovery. Hey, Justine, I didn't even see you, and now you're leaving. Right, Stephanie. She said I cracked up when she said it was just like heroin. Okay. Well, like I said before, if it's just like heroin, why is everybody selling it to get heroin? Hmm? Why are you going to sell it to get heroin if it is heroin? It's just like it. Why not just take it instead? Oh my, you have no freaking idea. And by the way, yeah, Artist 11 is a bitch. I'm going to read that comment in just a minute. But by the way, also, Suboxone is not the same thing as methadone. And this is not any slight against anybody who is using methadone correctly and coming off of it, using that as a way to get off of opiates, because I know people have done it successfully, but it is very hard. But methadone is just another opiate. They just are legally controlling it and hoping to taper it. They could have used anything in its place, not heroin, but they could have used oxycodone, and tapered it just the same. But methadone is bad because it has such a long life. And I saw people in jail who were coming off methadone. And so for every heroin has Suboxone has a 2-day lifespan, so it means you won't feel the withdrawals if you stop taking it for 2 days. Well, methadone has a 3-day lifespan, so that means it stays in your system 3 times as long as you take it. So when somebody stops taking it, it actually takes like 3 months for it to get out of their system. So I saw people that I was locked up for, and 6 months later, they were still shaking and twitching and still had after effects of that. So it's not the same. And Suboxone is not like that. Like I said, I had to come off of it twice this summer for um, having a surgery. And now I'm not just speaking for myself and my personal experience. I didn't have any issues going from, a high dose to nothing. I didn't have any withdrawal symptoms, nothing, nothing. So, I definitely couldn't have said that about the other drugs I was taking. Okay. I meant to come back to what Sarah was saying. Oh, yeah. She said, Artist 11 is such a bitch. Someone accused her of trashing Bless This Mess, and she said she didn't, that she had trashed Mrs. ATX Fearing Savage. Like that's any better. Yeah, and Artist is such a mess, but Artist has done this many times before, where she's gone back and forth between Trisha's side, between hating Trisha, and she was part of our little group, and she was the one that sent me that text or email. I can't remember what it was, that apparently I wrote to Sean saying that he needs his dick sucked and blah 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 blah, that she posted. And Artist, and I have the message where she said this. She said, Trisha sent this to me, and she said, I can tell that you didn't send this. I can tell that this has been altered, or that this isn't even real. And I was like, yeah, that's disgusting. And she said, yeah, there's other ones that she sent too. And I don't think she ever ended up sending them to me, but that particular one she sent to me and said that she could tell that, of course, it wasn't real. But now she goes and does what she does. She's messed up. Artist is very messed up, and I feel bad for her. So she is getting kind of nasty now, where she's saying things that are kind of cruel. But she's always been the person who's like, it does, who, whatever. But yeah, she was um, back and forth between being on our side. I hate to say side, but being on the right side, wrong side, right side. Let's put it that way. And she is the one who sent me that message. That's how I first found out about it, and said, "This is what Trisha sent me," and I knew it wasn't real, and I told Trisha that it wasn't real, and I still have that message that you know I don't like to release DMs, and even though Artist did upon me, Artist is the one who told Trisha that I was communicating with Sean's ex, which is a disgusting, foul, low thing to do, to pretend to be on somebody's side and then go reveal private information that they've said to you in confidence. You know, you never get that trust back. That's as low and disgusting as they come. That's Artist. That's who she is. Mandy knows. Yeah, Mandy knows. Mandy's the one who told me even before that to be careful about her. Hmm. Yeah, Artist was trying to get Trisha. She kept asking me like where Trisha lives. And I was like, I don't know. Like this is what I've heard, and I can't remember. She's like, no, there's no way she lives blah blah blah. She has to live blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know. She was very interested in where Trisha lives, but she doesn't live far. I think Artist lives in Wilmington, and so she's only like, I don't know, less than 45 minutes away from where Trisha lives. I know Donna is a strong woman. She's been through a lot. Oh, yeah, that Nikki Reb, I don't understand. I don't understand how these people, and they've said horrible things about me. Um, Mandy says, "Yep, girl, she needs stupid tits love." Ugh, y'all, did you see though? Bless this mess. She looked terrible. Her full body picture when she's not sucking in or whatever. Eeks. Which I would have never, I don't care what somebody looks like, but don't act like you're some beauty queen and criticize everybody else when you look like that. Well, thank you, Kosh 3. I hope I'm included in that. Oh, she invited anyone to come see her? Tracy, was that Artist or was that Trisha? Okay, Donna says, Misha, I've seen that. The honest person, I believe that TT is just ignoring her. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Oz lady was nice because I knew that she had a really terrible childhood, and but a lot of people, and I said that like 5 people came in and was like, "No, she's talking shit behind everybody's back," and blah 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 blah. So I don't watch Trisha enough to know that, and I certainly don't watch her live. So I am depending on you all to tell me stuff like that. Oh yeah, Tracy, honey. We are praying so hard for you. I hope you're doing okay. I can't imagine that you are, but Just know that I've told everybody in my family and my life about you, and everybody is just praying so hard. Misha said, never knew Titi had ankle fat until her shaving demonstration. Well, I mean, come on, who does that? That's like showing somebody how to use the bathroom. And this is how you pee, and this is how you wipe yourself. And then you get up and you pull your pants up. Why in God's holy fucking earth, at 40 years old, do you need to show a demonstration of how to bathe and shave your legs? You are disgusting. You were just trying to show off your nasty ass, flabby fat body. Oh, the Sarahs. I'm sorry. That's no good. Yeah, it's a mess. Oh, Tracy says the waiting game is the hardest. No sleep, but yesterday was the first day I was on here. Well, I saw you and I was like, is that her? Is that her? So, what is the best thing we can do for you, Tracy, other than pray? Do you like to talk about it or would you rather not talk about it? Donna says, okay, I wasn't going to say it, but TT's kinkles would break me. She's a big girl. Like, she wasn't kidding that she's plus size. I was like, whoa, you're a big lady. Just since then, I can't wait to see Sean's next video. He always tries to shut everyone down, but how's he going to defend her crazy shit now? He's in denial. Like I said, the only comment I ever made, which apparently that was me jumping on Sean's dick when he was talking about me in the video, which is the only reason I need to watch it. But anyway, I said, you've got a classic case of trashism, which is where you see things that aren't there and you make conclusions that nobody else concludes. Like nobody else are making these conclusions except for you. So somehow he might see something that, we all saw her jump on top of a vehicle and act like that she was hit. But maybe he's going to see something different. That's what he's going to say. But I just feel like he's not crazy. I feel like he's in survival mode. And in order to make her happy, he has to do these things. But how long can somebody put up with that? I would have just run her ass over. Well, like I said, I think she said she would have, but she didn't want to take another charge and she's got those two babies to worry about. If it was just her, I think she would have gladly done that. I think she had balls of freaking steel to do what she even did. I mean, how many of us would have had the nerve to do that? Yeah, I think she's posted to be 5'9". She looks like she's 6'4". She looks like a man. I just, if I, I don't want to, like, Les Smith was saying, I don't want to bash anybody, body shame or whatever you want to call it, but when you put such an emphasis on how you look and you are constantly doing this number and making fun of what people look like and constantly, you know, you make yourself look ridiculous, right? But you put such emphasis on what you look like and how bad everybody else looks like. Well, honey, you better be pretty freaking perfect if you're going to be like that. And from what we saw today, no, you're not. You're not even close. That's okay, Viserys. We need somebody to be that way. I know, Donna. Donna has been through so much. I can't watch the hair flip. The hair flipping, oh my God. I can't. It's so gross the way that she does that back and forth and back and forth. It's so neurotic. She needs to take her OCD medicine. Whatever if that's the Adderall, take it, baby. Take it because we need you to. Because that hair flipping, you're making your freaking head as greasy as hell, and it's annoying. Is she live now? Somebody said she ran back. Is she already home? Did she leave for a little oh, a little vacation? Did she leave for vacation with her service dog? Her service dog that almost ate her face. What kind of service dog puts pizza before your protection? The dog would have eaten her freaking eyeballs, nose, and face to get to that pizza. I'm so glad. I'm pretty certain. I'm gonna try, y'all. Next time I go to the doctor, I'm gonna ask them if I can have a prescription for a service dog. I'm gonna ask them. Y'all do the same thing too. Let's all get our prescriptions for service dogs. I know she blocks everybody. She blocks everybody. You'll go in there and you'll see it'll say 30 comments and you'll see two because she's blocked everybody else. Was she shopping for a birthday present? I don't know. Is she in the doghouse? Gosh, Cash. I'm gonna call you Cash. Hmm. Absolutely, Jeannie. I would love to have a service bunny. Service bunny would be great. I think pretty much all you would have to say is it brings me comfort when I pet it, right? It soothes my anxiety. Her, and this is not against the dogs because I think her dogs are absolutely beautiful and precious and gorgeous animals. But she has not spent any time training either one of them. Um, it's sad because they could probably be a lot more than what she has given them. But the whole feeding them people food, anybody who trains dogs knows that's not appropriate. They can have their treats and you need to give them at appropriate time. But for a dog to constantly beg when you eat anything and then you give in to them, just, obviously promotes more begging of people food. And most dogs do have some sort of allergy to human food. She has done them no justice. It's a shame. It's sad. And she considers that attention when Lily's sitting there when she's eating, she thinks that's cute. And it's torture for the dog. It's torture for an animal or any person to think I might get this if I do this. She's promoting nothing but bad behavior. This is basic 101 psychology. I mean, get a freaking clue. What, she's back before 8 a.m.? Even less to know. Yeah, she trains them to use wee wee pads instead of taking them out. That's something that you do when a dog is a puppy. That is not meant for any animal, I don't care how small or big they are, to continue to go on a pee pee pad or a wee wee pad. They're called wee wee pads because you're supposed to be wee big and you're supposed to go wee on them, not poop also. And you know that she has left those dogs in there for more than 24 hours. because we saw her before on weekly pads, and I assume they would poop on them too. I don't know, but that is not fair. That is not fair. She she's disgusting. That's like leaving a teenager in diapers because it's easier for you. Well, but she's trained to use the bathroom in her pants. So, well, we just do that. You're a freaking idiot. Mhm. That's what exactly what Cash said. That's like leaving a 15-year-old in nappies. Exactly what I just said. Number 1, it's expensive to do that, so you're paying for your freaking laziness, and in the meantime, you buy shit ass I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be real petty here. She buys gross, disgusting food, in my opinion. Cheap ass, gross food, but you're gonna pay however much those little, pee pads cost every week, month, I don't know how often you have to get them. But she lived I tell you what, whoever gave her that damn champagne too, you oughta kick to the curb. Because if somebody gave me that cheap of a bottle of champagne for my anniversary, yeah, she's got some bad friends. That's all I gotta say. I know that's really trivial, but I saw that and she was going through what the champagnes were, which half of them were, like, kind of fake champagnes. I'm like, "God, who gave you that?" Well, Debbie, I don't think she abuses the dogs. I just think that she misuses them. They have so much potential, especially that lab. And when you don't take the lab out, I mean, a lab wants to be out, wants to run and do the things, fetch and hunt, or the things that a dog would naturally want to do. And you saw even particularly, I mean, we don't know how often she does this, but you remember specifically over, Memorial Day weekend where she didn't take them out for over 24 hours, and she said they peed on the pee pads. A lab. Can you imagine how much a lab pees as much as pretty much we do? Peeing on a pee pad and pooping on a pee pad. That's so unfair. It's like you are treating it's all about what you notice the same thing that she does. "Oh, you want a treat," and then she puts it in her mouth or puts it by her mouth. "You wanna give me a kiss?" It's all about her, what dogs can do for her, and the only thing she can do for them is feed them people snacks, you know? There's no I don't know. It's disgusting to me. It's the word. It's such an all her relationships aren't healthy. Her relationship with her husband is unhealthy. Her relationship with her daughter is unhealthy. Her relationship with her dogs is unhealthy. Her relationship with her mother is unhealthy. Her relationship with her in-laws is unhealthy. She has no healthy relationships in her life. She has no healthy friendships in her life. She doesn't know how to relate to another entity. That's what's wrong with her. And you know what you do to people like that? You lock them the fuck up. Because she not only doesn't have healthy relationships with all those people, but she also is causing havoc on a huge realm of people outside her immediate contact, which would be all of us. Accusing us of things, lying. Uh, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Yes, she's toxic. Thank you, gosh. Jamie said in her streams last night, she said she didn't go to the hospital and her legs were fine. She and Pam think their story straight. Oh my God, it's so disgusting. Debbie said she drug that dog across the parking lot to get to the car. She feeds them fast food, exactly. Uh-huh. And she always puts the poor dog in the stroller for attention. I didn't see that part, but it's all about the dog giving her attention. You know, she likes to get Lily or Bear, I couldn't remember what I was saying. fair in her face to try to give her a kiss, to give them a treat. And then she says, "Oh, he's reminding me to take my medicine." No, labs look you in the face. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Donna said, "I had him since I was a baby. I kept him in a crib, an extra bathroom. He was too big." Oh, are you talking about your puppy? Misha said, "TT titled it, feeling it today." Oh, did she post a new video? No, Tracy, I didn't see where Sean came in. I didn't see, but like I said, I was gone all day yesterday, so I didn't see, but I watched um, Bless This Mess's video. I watched part of Mama Bear's video, tiny bit of Rebecca's, and that's all that kind of came up. And there was a couple of comments about one of my older videos that I responded to. One of them being from Christy in the Carolinas, which has been, she's always been a supporter of Patricia. And she was like, "How you shouldn't be threatening Trisha." And so I responded to that. Chevy 99 says, "Can we have her booked on Days of Our Lives?" Exactly, Cash. You are exactly right. But I just wanted to come on and tell that. It's not going to make any difference if I revealed anything about her past. It's not going to be of any surprise to you. But yeah, she did have her child smack her in the face at a very young age to leave an imprint so that she could, uh, verify these charges against Sean's ex-wife, which, got thrown out along with her from the courtroom. She's had a whole that throwing herself on the car today or yesterday. That is completely what she's done her entire life. So do you blame her mother and the rest of her family for saying they don't want anything to do with her anymore? Trisha took her own mother to court, pressing false charges against her, just like she did against me. The list goes on, just like she did against Sean, just like she did against his ex-wife. The list goes on and on and on. So, unless I see otherwise, I'm gonna believe that her mother probably did the right thing. It's really sad. It's really disturbing. But I'm so proud of Bless This Mess for getting that on video. And now we have a little bit of proof of what all of us have been saying and thinking for a long, long, long time. Um, and I appreciate y'all for sticking by me and being so kind to me. I'm going to try to go to bed. It's already 8 o'clock. Maybe I'll just stay up for the day. I don't know. I don't feel tired. I feel kind of hungry. So, I love you all so much. And thank you for all your love and support. And let me know if there's anything I can do or anything that you want me to talk about. Yeah, but she's, you know, it's sad. It's sad. And I feel very bad for her daughter. So, anyway, good night or happy morning to you all. Leave me some comments of other things you want to talk about, or if you have any questions or anything about what we talked about. I know it was very early in the morning and most people weren't able to see, but thank you to all those, especially all my little British friends who were able to come on. um, I love y'all so much. And thank you for your kindness and for your support. And I'll probably try to get a little bit of sleep and come on a little bit later so we can continue talking about this, okay? Love y'all. Good night.